Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my esteemed guests.
Good evening.
Couple of announcements from the business session from the president. We had a poll last week in the group wherein I gave 3 days to everyone, wherein I requested everyone, whichever date you guys are available, the mechanics are available, please cast your vote for that particular date. And the majority had voted for 22nd September. So 22nd September we are going to have a Moments of Truth, and our area director Toastmaster Prakriti will also be, has confirmed her presence for the MOT. Now, talking about MOT, I've already stressed upon why we need the MOT and why we need to do it. I request all the Meconians who haven't voted also, please give us more than 50% attendance, because that's a requirement to conduct the MOT. And announcing on the behalf of our VPE for the meeting on the date 8th of September, for the meeting number 1333. We have the following roles booked, that is two speech slots booked by Toastmaster Ajay and Toastmaster Shubha, and the other MTG roles are open, and please contact our VPE, that is Toastmaster Apurva, for the same. And the Sergeant can take the floor.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for being here on this really cold, gloomy evening. But by the looks of everyone, I think we're not going to have a gloomy meeting, so I'm looking forward to that. Now, with a show of hands, can you tell me if you've ever watched TV, Netflix, Hotstar, what have you, well into the night? Yeah? Have you binged it well into the wee hours of the night?
Yeah. Not done.
Yeah. Well, you can all, I'm sure all of you can then relate to this one young woman from the 1800s who would spend hours well into the night watching something an equivalent, a 19th century equivalent of Netflix. She would be watching the heavens, the stars and the planets, through her telescope in her father's observatory. One particular evening in October 1847, she noticed, as she stared bleary-eyed into the after midnight, she noticed an object streaking past her lens. And lo and behold, it turns out that she had discovered a comet at a really young age of 29, at a time when most people didn't question why women were not allowed into university, why women weren't allowed to work. She discovered a comet and was the first female astronomer and professor. Maria Mitchell, that's her name, Maria Mitchell dared to ask different questions and better questions. She, instead of asking, could I do this? Am I allowed to do this? She asked, how do I do this? And then later on, when she became the first professor of astronomy in the first college that admitted women, instead of asking, how do I do this, as she had asked before, she now asked, how do we do this? Maybe more than her technical accomplishments, Maria Mitchell, the astronomer, is also known for inspiring and motivating the next generation and maybe several generations of women engineers, astronomers, etc. Now, speaking of questions, let's come to someone who always asks the right questions. Someone who I found who always inquires from her committee members. Do you need help with something? How are you doing? And I imagine she's always asking this of herself in her head. How do I contribute to the club? How do I make this club a better club? A skills development trainer by day and having a variety of multifaceted hobbies like cooking, traveling, reading. Please join me in welcoming our president, Toastmaster Latha.
Thank you, Sergeant Toastmaster Rachana, for the wonderful introduction. We have a guest at our meeting. I would request the guest to please stand wherever you are. Tell us your name and from where did you come to know about that.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Abhinav. I study at St. Joseph's College. It's my first semester, and I'm studying economics. I came to know of Toastmasters through one of my relatives who used to be in the Mekong Club too, but he had to move to America unfortunately. I heard of him about the Toastmasters and how it actually helps in speech improvement and leadership skills, and I was really interested to improve it because I am an IIM aspirant and I hope to actually improve my communications and also socializing skills. So I hope I'll actually see you guys again the next week as a member.
Thank you so much, and I hope to see you as a member in the coming week. Now I would request our acting secretary Toastmaster Shreya to read out the MOM for meeting number 1331.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Here are the minutes of meeting number 1331 held on the 25th of August 2025. The theme was Thinking is a Luxury and the word of the week was Momentous. The business session started at 6:20 p.m. and chaired by President Toastmaster Latha. In the business session, the following points were addressed. President Toastmaster Latha made the following announcements. The Moments of Truth session, which was to be held on the same meeting itself, would stand cancelled and that it would be planned for later. Eligible meeting dates would be shared and Toastmasters were to vote on a meeting date of their choice for the Moments of Truth session. The majority date would be chosen and more than 50% attendance would be required. She mentioned the importance of conducting a Moments of Truth session and that October 31st would be the last day to conduct one for this term. Vice President Education Toastmaster Apurva made the following announcement. For the meeting on September 1st, 2 speech slots had been booked along with the roles of General Evaluator and Toastmaster of the day, and the remaining roles were open for interested members to take. The regular meeting started at 6:22 p.m. Acting Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Chetan started the meeting with an introduction about the theme and later handed over the charge to President Toastmaster Latha. President Toastmaster Latha opened the meeting, spoke on the theme and introduced the Master of Ceremonies Toastmaster Prashant. Master of Ceremonies Toastmaster Prashant spoke on the theme and introduced the following role takers of the day. Timer Toastmaster Sameer, R-Counter Toastmaster Vikram, PP Evaluator Toastmaster Deepa and Grammarian Toastmaster Dishita. The prepared speech session had the following speakers. Toastmaster Rahul, evaluated by Toastmaster Madhusudhan, Toastmaster Sachin, evaluated by Toastmaster Shubha, and Toastmaster Sakshi, evaluated by Toastmaster Jyoti. The table topic session was conducted by Toastmaster Apurva and it had 10 speakers in total. The general evaluation was conducted by DTM K Prabhakara. The winners of the week were Best Prepared Speaker Toastmaster Sakshi, Best Evaluator Toastmaster Shubha, Best Table Topic Speaker Toastmaster Ajay, Best Role Taker TAPG Toastmaster Dishita and Best Role Taker MTG Toastmaster Apurva. The President closed the meeting at 8:34 p.m. which was followed by the National Anthem. Thank you and back to the President.
Thank you, Acting Secretary, for reading out the MOM. Any objections raised or any amendments proposed? Since we do not have any objections or any amendments proposed, we accept the MOM number 1331 and open the meeting number 1332. Asking better questions. When I got to know about the theme, one incident immediately flashed in my mind. This is November 2024. I'll just take you guys back over there. I get a call from FedEx company wherein they tell me, can I speak to Latha? I was speaking, who's this? I am from FedEx company and I would like to talk to you for a few seconds. I said, okay, please go ahead. Then she tells me, there is a parcel which has been booked in your name from Mumbai to Taiwan and there have been some substances found in it which are banned, but they have been parceled from your name to them. I told, okay, first I got scared. I was like, what is this? I didn't do anything. No. The first few seconds I got a little nervous. And something and all starting, police, court, everything started in my mind. Then I was like, okay, I took a deep breath. I told Latha, it's a prank or someone is trying to extort money from you. Now let your trainer come out. Ask questions. Now, who is the other person around? And accidentally my dad, I'm sitting in my room, my dad is sitting in the hall over there. And the moment, he's just listening because my voice, pitch went into high. He's just looking at me like this. He's like, what happened? I told nothing. I told, take your cup of tea, come inside the room, sit and have a watch what I'm doing. He comes in and he's like, okay. I told, what was there in my parcel? He's like, there were 4 passports, some $20,000, some clothes and some MRMDA. I told, what is MRMDA? He's like, madam, that's a kind of a drug. I told, what is its cost value if I'm sending it? He said, what is the cost? I told, madam, it will be somewhere in lakhs. I told, wow. Then I don't know what more is founded over there. He's like, this is all there. I don't know what is the objection over there. He's like, madam, the drugs what is found in your parcel from Mumbai to Taiwan is objectionable and it has been reported in the Mumbai City Crime Branch. I told, okay. So if I would have sent, if Latha had sent it, what document she gave? He's like, they gave, you have given your Aadhaar. I told, okay, can you tell my Aadhaar number? And to my horror, he told exactly my Aadhaar number there. And that was a little shock for me because I usually don't give out my Aadhaar like that. I have all the scratching work written, why I have given, everything I do that, I follow all that. Then that, okay, I told now better I be more smarter in asking questions because I don't want to get trapped here now. I told, okay, then what do you think the city crime, Mumbai crime branch are going to be there? He's like, madam, you should know you're from Mumbai. I told, who told you I'm from Mumbai? Okay, from which part of the country you are? I told, you should know in which part of the country I am. How can I tell you? You should know if I booked the parcel, I got my Aadhaar, you are telling my signatures are there, then you should know it. No ma'am, but you should tell. I told, I'm not going to tell it. But you have to come and report it to Mumbai Crime Branch. I told, why will I come to Mumbai Crime Branch? I'm not a citizen of Maharashtra. I belong to a different state in the country. I will go to my city crime branch and then do it. No, madam, don't go there, don't go there. I told, why shouldn't I go there? Tomorrow you put a case on me. I know I can't fight the case. I have so many sections because by the time I was Googling that what I can do in the crime, under what IPC sections, I can put a case on him. So, because since I fought a case which was against my name in the High Court, so I know the rules and regulations how to go and fight. In the law of principles of natural justice in this country, if you have a case in your name, you don't need a lawyer, you can go and fight the case. So that is one provision given to us by the Constitution. So I thought, okay, I started Googling the IPC sections, what I do. Then I started telling him them. And he got a little scared. I could understand from the tone. And I thought, okay, now I get this guy in my hands. I thought, okay, what is your, what do you think I can get how much punishment can I get in the jail if the substance is found? I don't go to the crime bench. What cases can you put against me? He's like, madam, you can be in prison for 12 years and there can be cash also you have to give them. I told, it's okay, you put a case on me. I don't mind. I told, I'll fight the case. No problem. I belong to a lawyer family. My father holds a law degree. So I can do all that. Don't worry. No, madam, why you want to do all that? Just shell out 1 lakh rupees and your case will be closed. I don't know how many zeros are there behind one over there. Do you understand how much time it takes to earn 1 lakh rupees? I don't give me your employee ID. You tell you belong to FedEx, give me your employee ID. That guy gave me that person he gave me his employee ID. And then I said, okay, now we'll do one thing. I have the recording. I usually have the recordings in my phone. So whatever I have spoken, so the recordings are there. I do one thing. Since I am a citizen of a different state, I will go to my crime branch, my city crime branch. I'll lodge a complaint over there. They will transfer it to Mumbai crime branch and let them handle the case. After that, I don't need to do anything. And if it's there, any case registered against me, I will fight it out in the court. You don't worry, brother, anything. I am very good at all that. I will do. He tried convincing me for next 15 minutes. And my father is just looking with it. His teacup is still here. Poor guy didn't even have the tea over there. He just with this. I told him that have the tea, don't let it be cold. The moment I only have to go again and eat and give back the tea to you. He's like, is it everything okay? Because maybe our generation know what to do. If someone who's 60 plus, they will not know what to do. They will get scared. And the person who thought it's a lady over there, so she will get scared, she will be ready to shell out the money and I can scam her. Then I told him very openly, this is the last call you're making to me. Again, if you go and make any call, I've taken all the details from your side with all the logins, everything. I'll just go to the police, I'll go to all the social media, put over there, what have you done? So that other people are educated, made aware that these things happen and we shouldn't fall to the scam. And then I don't know what happened, there was something, other things also which I cannot tell over here, what I spoke to him in a very rude way. So after that he cut the call. The immediate thing, best thing I did was I immediately went to the nearest police station what I had and I filed a complaint over there that this is the call what has come. The police person just explained to me, madam, this is what is happening in the country. You have come at the right stage wherein you didn't pay any money. People come after paying the money. So the best thing is when you get calls like that, first do not attend it. If you have attended the call, do not pay anything. Come to us. We are there to help you. Come to us, we'll refer you to cybercrime. They will help you how to go about these cases. Please do not pay the money. That's when I understand. When you are in tension also, you should first think if someone's trying to scam you, how do you ask questions? better questions, the right questions, the proper questions. When I asked him the right questions over there, I could feel he was getting nervous. First, I got nervous because I was a little scared. Then when I took hold of my emotions and my head at that same time, then I understood, okay, this is someone scamming me. And how do I help myself from not getting scammed? And this is for everyone also. Because all of us, any one of us can get the same call. So how do we prevent from getting scammed? Has helped me by asking by right questions, better questions. Now, the same thing, right questions, better questions, and beautiful storytelling questions. This is what our Toastmaster of the day does. Excellent storyteller and the person who has won lot of ribbons whenever he comes over here. Very rare that he goes that whichever role he takes and doesn't take a ribbon and go. Let's give a huge round of applause for Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Raja.
Thank you, President. What a great story, isn't it? I got this call, I just said wrong number. But what I heard was the scammers, they sent a message, do not mess with Latha. You will get into trouble. But thanks for sharing that story, President. Asking better questions. In 1950, there was a lot of buildings that were built in New York. And there was a problem faced by one of the building management team. The problem was this. The people were complaining that your lifts are very slow, that we have to wait for a long time for your lifts to come and for us to get in and go to the next level. So this guy was thinking, what can I do about this one? Because those lifts were the new in the market. They were the brand new lifts in the market. And so he thought about different ideas. Nothing was working out. So he called his team, and his team was in the room, and he was asking this particular question. What can we do to increase the speed of these lifts? And people said this and that, but nothing was working out. There was one intern who was there sitting in that room, and he has done a psychology as a studies. So he said, we should change the question. Instead of asking how we can increase the speed of the elevator, how can we keep the people engaged during wait times? So it's a two different question, right? He asked this question, how can we keep the people engaged during wait times? And they came up with a solution, which is to place large mirrors in the elevator lobbies. So when people are waiting, they will look at themselves, they don't mind waiting. So the legend says even now, it started as per the legendary story, but even now when you go, all the elevator lobbies have these huge mirrors which has been placed because of this particular thing. So there was a change in the question, isn't it? The initial question was, how can we increase the speed, to how can we keep the people engaged during wait times? Asking better questions is very important, especially in today's time. Growing up in the 90s, more value is given to right answers. If you are a student, teacher asks a question, and there are students, especially in that front bench, they will raise their hand, and then they will say the correct answer. They are all sitting in the back bench and thinking, oh, amazing, isn't it? But the times have changed. Now, in everyone's pocket, there is the knowledge of multiple PhDs is there in your pocket with AI. You can go and ask any question. It is giving you the answer. It is going and giving the answer. During those times, if you try to ask more questions, you are not a good student. But today's time, you have to ask more questions. More importantly, you have to ask better questions. You ask better questions, you get better answers. This is a skill that we will need to work on. This itself is has become like an art. How can you develop this skill of asking better questions? With that theme, let's get into the session. So, Toastmasters was formed in the year 1924 in Santa Ana, California. Because Ralph C. Smedley asked this question: how can we improve the communication of people? He didn't ask what book can I write so that it will improve the communication. What practical step I can take? What practical thing that people can adopt to improve their communication? So now we have more than 14,000 clubs across 150 countries and more than 260,000 members across these clubs and countries. And our club was formed in the year 1998, and which is the second oldest club in India, if I'm not wrong. And we have our founding members also in our club today. For the benefit of the guest, Toastmasters has 3 sections. The first one is a prepared speech, where the speaker will come behind the lectern and speak for like 5 to 7 minutes. And then the next one is a table topic section, where the table topic master will give a topic and you need to speak between 1 to 2 minutes. And the last section is a general evaluation session, where the GE will evaluate the entire meeting. So to help with the role takers, there are few auxiliary role takers whom I will call, and they will be introducing their role. First, I would like to call Toastmaster Rahul, who has taken up the role as a timer, to explain his role.
Happy cozy evening, my fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. Asking better questions is right. When it comes to time, which is the scarce resource when it comes to your life, the answer is time. Only when you ask this question, then you realize. And when you adorably use that time, you inevitably become shining in your rest of the phases of life. With this small quote, I would like to say, as a timer today, I'll be timing all the role players today. So I'll be highlighting the minimum, intermediate and maximum time with green, yellow and the red cards. For prepared speeches, the minimum time is 5 minutes, 6 minutes and 7 minutes. When it comes to evaluators, the time is 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes and 3 minutes. And when it comes to table topic, the time allotted is 1 minute, 1 minute 30 seconds and 2 minutes. Each speaker gets bonus 30 seconds to wrap up. I would request all the role takers to be on time and help us finish this meeting on time. Thank you.
Next, I would like to call Toastmaster Vikram, who has taken up the role as accountant.
The purpose of the R counter is to note the words, sounds that are used as a crutch or pause filter by anyone who speaks during the meeting. I will listen to the overused words including and, well, but, so and you know. I will also listen for the filter sounds including and. I will also note a speaker repeats a word or a phrase such as I, or this means. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times each speaker used these expressions.
Next, I would like to call our PP evaluator, DTM PP.
I'll note down the persons who are disturbing, that is a basic thing, and anything more like sex, religion, politics, nobody should be talking on that. It's a taboo subject, at least in our club. So with that, enter and exit during applause. I'll give my report during the general evaluation.
Next, I would like to call our Grammarian Toastmaster Suresh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raja. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, as grammarian, it's my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I'll take note of any improper language as well as any outstanding words, quotes, saying, or thoughts. As grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. For today's meeting, the word is adroit, which means clever, skillful, and resourceful, demonstrating dexterity in thought or action. Usage: her adroit use of humor made the presentation engaging. Each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day. I will give the grammarian report when called upon during the meeting and also report on the usage of the word of the day. Thank you, Toastmaster Raj, and thank you, fellow Toastmasters.
All right, ready for the first section? All right. Before I call upon the speaker, I would like to call upon his evaluator, Toastmaster Shreya, to read out the project guidelines.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. The purpose of this project is for the member to learn about different communication styles and identify their primary style. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share the impact of their style on others. Notes for the evaluator. During the completion of this project, the member responded to a questionnaire to help identify their communication style. About this speech, the member will deliver a well-organized speech about some aspects of communication styles. The member may choose to speak about their own communication style or the impact of communication styles on them. The speech may be humorous, informational, or any style the member chooses. The speech should not be a report on the content of the Understanding Your Communication Style project. Thank you, all the best to the speaker, and
He's a new Toastmaster, but very passionate, and I'm seeing him taking up more roles every week. So, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together to welcome Toastmaster Aadishwar with the speech title, Not Fake, Just Flexible. Not Fake, Just Flexible, Toastmaster Aadishwar.
Good communication is the bridge between clarity and confusion. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome. Have you ever realized you become four completely different people depending on who you're talking to? Like with friends, you're casual, you're chill. With family, you're little responsible. In a formal setting, you understand the formal setting and you behave accordingly. And in a conflict, you're totally a different person. For a long time, I thought I was being fake. Like, why am I changing my communication style to different people? Why can't I be the same everywhere? But then I realized it is not fake. I was being flexible. I know how to adapt to different communication styles at different places. So let's say with friends, one evening I got a message. It was from my friend. Let's go out this evening. It was from my friend's group. Let's go out this Friday. And I was just checking my calendar whether I'm free or no on this Friday. Till then, pop, full notifications. All the friends in the group were active and actually replied, yes, let's go. For a moment I was happy. Okay, all the friends are happy, all the friends have responded, so let's go. So even I tried, let's go. But there was excitement in the group, but no one asked, where are we going? So I asked, where are we going? What's the plan? And then a typical friend answered, we'll plan it on the way, we'll figure it out, what tension. That's classic initiating communication style. Spontaneous and fun-loving. So, being like, we love the thrill. Unplanned outings are actually the best outings. But deep inside, I was panicked. Because an unplanned outing will be fun, but there was nothing normal happening in that unplanned outing. So I was panicked. What will I tell my parents? When will I be back home? Where are we going? What will we have? But with friends, you learn to leave away your seriousness. Because sometimes, as people say, it's not about the place, it's about the people. So, but the moment I shift from my friends to my family, I can't be this casual. Just imagine, I go to my dad and I tell, I'm going out. He asks where? I don't know. What's the plan? We'll figure it on the way. Not only he will tell no, but he'll give me a free lecture on motivation, time management, responsibility and whatnot. And that lecture will last longer than my outing. So here, in front of my parents, I become a supportive communicator. Calm, passionate and reassurable. So as a lawyer walks in a courtroom, I walk like that in front of my parents, fully prepared. I go, Mom, Dad, I'm going out with my school friends, fully prepared with my school friends. This time to this time, I won't be late, don't worry, I will have food outside. So that's convincing, right? That's when I get my permission. Or else, so coming back next, it's my analytical communication style. This usually comes during my exam time. 1 day, 2 days before exam, we do all the analysis. Which chapter has how much weightage, by when will I complete my portions, and main important, how many hours of sleep will I get sleep or no? So doing all this analysis. But then when I'm doing all this analysis, one of my friend calls, like, what you're doing? Like, I'm making a timetable for exams. No, exams are coming up, so I'm making a timetable. Stop wasting time, bro. Why did he call me? He called me because he had sent me a reel on Insta and I didn't see that reel. He like, go check that reel first. I'm like, that is not time pass. He's like, no, go check that reel. You'll really love it. So like, okay, fine. And I hang up. And that's the same friend who called me one night before the exam. 12 a.m. He'll be like, bro, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm studying, bro, revision. Bro, can you send me those notes which you have made? Those flow charts, notes, and which chapter has more weightage? And what my reply is? The person you have called is the person who wastes time making a timetable. So you don't waste your time by calling this person. And he goes like, bro, this only, you're not my friend. Being a good friend, I'm like, okay, don't be send me. I will send you that. I send him the notes. So that's my analytical side. Structured, prepared, and ready for whatever comes. Like fully structured and prepared. People tell analytical side is you are over preparing, but that's not over preparing. That's how I survive my exams. And lastly, coming to direct communication style. This style usually comes out when you're in a conflict, debate, or a fight. For example, one day me and my friends after college we were hungry, so we planned where should we go today to eat. I asked the boys. Boys are like, anywhere, go, let's go. They're like, yeah, anywhere. Then we asked the girls, where should we go? Then at first time they said anywhere we'll go. And then when we are planning, like anywhere meaning we'll go near college, then one girl will tell, let's go to MTR for the masala dosa. And we're like, okay, boys, like, yeah, we just want to eat masala dosa, okay. Till then another girl, she'll be like, no, I want to have pizza. I'm like, okay, pizza is also fine, masala dosa is like breakfast every day we have, so pizza will be good, right? Till we are deciding, both the girls come in and all the boys go back. Like, you continue your argument. This argument goes for 5-10 minutes, because two girls arguing. It's amazing. It's like India-Pakistan clash going on. Full thread drama guaranteed. So, but then, we boys realize, you're actually hungry. And what are you watching this? Because when you're hungry, your first priority is food. Leave girls arguing, bro, they'll argue another day. They need one basic small reason, they'll argue. So, food is our priority. And then I stand up. I go in the middle. I'm like, please stop. We have had enough of you guys. So I tell, you want dosa, you want pizza, right? We'll go to airlines. It's near our college. You will get your pizza, you will get your dosa, you will get your fries, you will get your sandwich. You will get whatever you want there. And mainly, most important thing, we'll get parking there. So no one will have any tension. So that's 4 different types of communication styles. And they say communication is the art of communication is not about having only one perfect style, but to adapting to new style, perfect style at the perfect moment. Because in the end, communication is not just speaking, it's about connecting. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aadishwar, for giving such a great speech on different styles of communication in a very fun manner. Next, I would like to call upon the second evaluator, Toastmasters Sakshi, to read out the project guidelines.
The purpose of this project is for the member to practice using vocal variety or body language to enhance his speech. Notes for the evaluator. During the completion of this project, the member has spent time learning about and practicing their body language, including gestures and other non-verbal communication, along with their vocal variety, including bass, tone, pitch, and volume. About this speech, the member will present a well-organized speech on any topic. Watch for the member's awareness of their intentional and unintentional movements and body language. Note distracting movements as well as movements that enhance the speech. The speech may be humorous, informational, and any style the member chooses. Use this evaluation for speakers who have indicated they want to be evaluated on body language or body language and vocal variety both. As the speaker has told Toastmaster Deepa that she wants to be evaluated on both. So I will give my evaluation during the general batch.
Our second speaker works in Federally for Sport, and she's a passionate Toastmaster, and she has been giving speeches, and I'm looking forward to more speeches from her. So ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together to welcome Toastmaster Deepa with the speech title Malaysia Missing Girl. Malaysia Missing Girl, Toastmaster Deepa.
Have you traveled in a big group, say 30 people, where at least 20 of them flying for the very first time? Exciting, right? Imagine managing them at an international airport. Chaotic. So that was us, Fiddle Corp, June 2025, our very first international trip to Malaysia. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Our group was divided into 5 small groups of 6 each. Each group had a captain, and my group captain was Mr. Suresh. And every morning before the bus leaves, my captain would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all present, like a school picnic call. And imagine every trip member started enjoying the trip. It was 4 days, 3 night trip. It was perfect, amazing trip. And yes, no one was lost, no one was escaped until the very last day. Our last day trip, our flight was, return flight from Kuala Lumpur to Bangalore was at 8:30 p.m. boarding. 8 p.m. check-in, immigration were done. And our captain said, Mr. Suraj, everybody go explore the airport, but come back to the gate number G10 at sharp 8:20 p.m. Almost everybody tired, and in airport our group was divided into 2 groups. One group with the 20 people, everybody tired, 20 people straight went to the gate number G10 for a boarding. And then other group with the 10 people, that is including me, we went for a liquor shopping. Then came the twist. My close friend, Anusha, she's a perfume lover. She was with the group 1 and she wanted to join group 2. On the way, she found a perfume shop. Somewhere along the way, she lost in perfume shop. And group 1, the 20 people, they directly boarded the flight. And group 2, that is us, we are about to finish the shopping. And then we heard, ladies and gentlemen, this is the final call for flight number 578 to Bengaluru. The remaining passengers are requested to proceed immediately for boarding to gate number 10. Then we left everything, we started running towards the gate G10, and then suddenly I thought everybody would have been boarded except us, and then suddenly my phone was ringing. I was like, I grabbed while running and, hello. Then the other said, hello, where are you? I said, we are running towards the gate, we'll be there in 2 minutes. Then something was off. I was still running towards the gate. Something was off. I asked, where are you? Deepu, innu ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಪರ್ಫ್ಯೂಮ್ ಶಾಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ನೀನು ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಪರ್ಫ್ಯೂಮ್ ಇದೆ. I was like, what? Still at perfume shop? Get, run fast to gate number 10, fast. We will gonna miss the flight. Then I told her, she dropped the vehicle. She also started running towards the gate, and then we boarded the gate. We boarded the flight. And then she was still on the call. I asked her, where are you? She said, I'm still running to the gate. And then I asked her. And then she said, I'm already reached the gate, but they're not letting me in. I said, what? They're not letting you in? Wait, let me check. Then I saw Captain. I said, Captain, we are a big group. One person is at the gate. Please let her in. Please. Then he said, let me check. Then he went and checked. Then nobody was there at the gate. He came to me and said, I'm extremely sorry. Nobody is there at the gate. I can't help you, ma'am. Please go and have a seat. I was like, wait. 1 minute, wait. Then I asked her, which gate are you at? Then she said, H10. I was like, what? H10? With full frustration. H10? How can you be at H10? I told you 100 times it is Chetan. Then she started crying. And then I was like, I took a deep breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. I told, listen to me carefully. My phone will go into flight mode in some time. Do one thing, you are a brave girl. Don't cry now. Call our admin. Tell her to book one more flight and same procedure. Don't miss this time. Go sit in the gate half an hour before. I'll call you once I land the flight in Bangalore. Then we stopped and sure enough, we 29 people, we reached Bangalore same night, and Anusha next day through connecting flight from Chennai, she reached Bangalore after 16 hours. And finally she got new title in our company called the Malaysia Missing Girl. So fellow Toastmasters, airport, life is like an airport. Lot of distractions, lot of gates. So if you don't focus, you might end up in a wrong gate. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepa. Now I have a question, better question. Did she enjoy the perfume at least? No? Oh, shit.
She left from there at least.
Oh, she didn't buy it all?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What a nice story. Alright, let's get into the second section, table topics. Today's table topic master is a full stack developer and an avid book reader. And whenever he gives speeches, he is very thoughtful in the content that he delivers, and I always look up to his speeches and the roles that he takes. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together to welcome Toastmaster Chetan, who will be our table topic.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. Thank you, Toastmaster Raja. For the benefit of the guests, a table topic session is when we bring a random speaker from the audience over here and give them a challenging topic and ask them to speak for 2 minutes. That's it. The entire prep time is only walking from there to here. That's it. So let's dive right in. I have a set of challenging topics today. So for our first topic, even a dead clock is right twice a day. Even a dead clock is right twice a day. Toastmaster Madhu.
Walking from my seat to his place very slowly because I need to think a lot about this. It's a very profound topic, and usually what I try to do is I try to connect examples that I've heard of or lived in my life to my topics. Here it's a bit difficult, honestly. Honestly, I think one example that I can give is superstitions here in India. especially some things that my own grandparents say, like, don't do this, don't do that, don't go outside during the Amavasya time, don't laugh too much, something will happen. Now, all of this, if I have to say in one word, is absolutely nonsense. Because some things just happen, and there is no correlation between something happening outside to whatever my actions perform. But I think when sometimes accidents do happen on an Amavasya, or if I laugh too much and in the end of the day I end up crying because of something, they stand corrected, I told you so. And that's the absolute worst, because you know that did not make sense. And at the end of the day, you just have to stand there thinking, you know what, I just played into this person, and they're gonna keep talking about this again and again for the rest of their time that they remember this. So this is just like a haphazard example that I've thought of on stage, but I think it actually fits the bill. So I think I'll end it there. Thank you so much, and back to the
Fantastic take, Toastmaster Madhu. For our next topic, behind every great man is a woman, or maybe more than one. Behind every great man is a woman, or maybe more than one. This topic goes to Toastmaster Saketh.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and welcome guests. Behind every great man is a woman or someone more than that. The first thing that came to my when the topic was announced was Steve Jobs. He was a great man, and I feel like he needed a buddy to start Apple. And to his success, I feel it's not just a woman, but also the boys that involve in it, who make it the whole journey so beautiful. And apart from every great man behind, every successful person, there's a woman behind. I don't believe it to the fullest. I feel like sometimes even the boys play the role, and that's something that I've recently learned, that it's good to have the boys with you, because that's the only time a man can be a boy and not lift his guard up. So that's my take on it.
Thank you, Toastmaster Saketh. For our next topic, I have a quote I heard from Cristiano Ronaldo years ago. He says, "Your love makes me strong, but your hate makes me unstoppable." I repeat, your love makes me strong, but your hate makes me unstoppable. This quote goes to Toastmaster Ajay.
Thank you to the topic master. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, dear guests. I think Toastmaster Chetan is asking all the better questions today. They're all googlies. What comes to mind is the story of Michael Jordan. It is a fabled story that he used to create his own simulations of what the opponents are thinking of him, and that fueled him to go to the training every day and give his best on the court. So it is curious to note that negative emotions can fuel us greater than positive emotions. I wonder why. So that is the question I asked today, and thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ajay. For our next topic, do or do not, there is no try. Do or do not, there is no try. This one goes to Toastmaster Vikram.
Good evening to all the Toastmasters and my fellow readers.
Do or do not, there is no try.
So this reminds me of my old topper friend from 8th standard. He's kind of a very strict guy and he keeps telling me, ನೀನು ಓದ್ತೀಯಾ ಓದು ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದರೆ ಆಟ ಆಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಬಿದ್ದಿರು ಅಂತ. So I'm like, okay, this guy is somewhat good. Using that, I've done a lot of things. I've won many competitions, like in inter-college or whatever the thing is. I've won in some and I've lost many, but I only focus on the part which I've won. So, it somewhat makes people, makes a person like get better confidence. Like if you do, you have to do it. It's somewhat like a ray, a starting point, and he keeps going. Or a soldier pawn in the chess, it only keeps going front until it is finally promoted. So I think that's all that's coming to my head.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vikram. Up next, if you are not living on the edge, you are taking too much space. If you are not living on the edge, you are taking too much space. This one goes to distinguished Toastmaster K Prabhakara.
Mr. Table Topic Master, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. If you are not living on the edge, you are taking too much space. What exactly he means is that life is about performance. Are you performing and making things happen? Otherwise, you are as good as a dead clock, as one of the earlier topics was concerned. So, being on the edge also means performing maybe the assigned duty or taking a lead to do something that is beyond you, or that's about the essence of leadership, beyond yourself. So, in an individual way, if I say, there are people who think that relaxing means maybe drinking, social drinking or drinking. And some of the things that I just personally don't like that. So when that question came, I said to one of the Toastmasters, he asked me this question, what do you do when you want to be relaxing? I said, I feel right when I am on the edge of giving a speech, maybe education talk. It requires a lot of preparation, and the having performed well, that feeling lingers on for 3 months. I can't get better kick than this. So when you are in trouble, better be really looking for solution and solve the problem and face it as it happens. I would like to quote here Swami Vivekananda, who says, when you are facing the problem, handle the bull by its horn, then only you will be able to handle it. That is my take on the subject. Over to the topic.
Thank you, AKP sir, for a profound take on the subject. Up next, we are defined by our choices, not by our abilities. We are defined by our choices, not by our abilities. This one goes to Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa. We are defined by our choices, not by our abilities.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. We are defined by the choices, not by the
abilities.
It's a very interesting topic. He has asked me to say something on that one. Coming to my personal issue, I had no job after the graduation. There was no choice. When there is no job, there was no choice for me. Somehow I met an old friend. He was working in industry. It is an electronic industry. Whereas I was an electrical engineering. At that time, there was no connection. Electronics was a very nascent and new subject. By chance, he invited me to come and work in electronic. There was no choice at all. For my stomach filling up, I went and joined. It was a the subject absolutely I was not knowing, number one. Number two, all the girls were working Anglo-Indians at that time. They used to speak in English. They dress up well. I come from a village. There was no choice for me. I thought, let us get up and run away from this place. Then the question haunted me, what are you going to do? Believe in you, your brother and sister are here, what are you going to do? There was no choice at all. I continued, started reading, I put all my efforts. Then slowly when we moved together, we thought ourselves why we should not start our industry. What a fantastic life in my, that chance came to me. I am very happy to share with you. I went to the government and begged for a small site here. I used to go daily there. There was no choice for me to, because God said, give me some land. I'm a graduate engineer, I wanted to start. By looking at me every day, they sanctioned a land for about 5 lakhs, 1.25 acres. Today, my dear friends, it costs 40 crores. So there was no choice for me, but God has took me to there. That's all my advice to you and talk to you on this subject. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa. Up next, keep your friends close, but keep your enemies closer. Keep your friends close, but keep your enemies closer. Let's hear from Toastmaster Suresh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chetan. Fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, keep your friends close and keep your enemy closer. I love this line. Firstly, enemies are the people who keeps you alert throughout when you start something. Friends, if you ask for a feedback from a friend, it will always be a biased feedback, as per my experience. However, enemies are the ones who will be waiting for your mistake and keeps you alert throughout and ensure you sharpen your skills every now and then. It never stops you from learning. So, I suggest everybody firstly make an attempt to do something. So don't fear so that your enemies are waiting to comment something bad about you or trying to bring you down. Enemies are the better friends. They will upgrade you. Friends will always keep you where you are. So with that, thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Suresh. Up next, ambition is not for everyone. Ambition is not for everyone. Let's hear from CA Toastmaster Rahul.
Thank you. Ambition is not for everyone. I disregard this statement completely because I am a person who I have seen after implementing things, we can change ourselves. Like we had beautiful topics all around. It is all about our perception, and there are two things which will make or break in life. One is, as that said, time, which is my role. Unless how we decide how we want to use our time, we can't. Second is your mindset. We are humans, and what makes us different is our mindset and ability to work together. In the era of AI, what we are lacking is we are disconnecting. There are two things which have come into picture, which I learned recently. I want to share with you all. We all are people touch person. Okay, before 2000 or before 1995, we are people touch person. What I mean by people touch is we are able to connect, mingle, okay. But the people who are after 2000, they are digital touch person. For them, they are more connected on social media so that they can achieve that people touch. They have separate clubs and all. And I have heard people are paying 1 lakh rupees just to have a dinner and all. 1 month ka dinner where kids come and do. So there lies the gap between all of that. If you're able to fill that gap and able to monetize on it or think about and work on it, the future is ours. With that, I thank you.
We have two more topics I would like to ask one of the guests to attempt this one. How about you, sir? Your name?
Abhinav.
Abhinav. Okay. So my next topic, a book you enjoyed reading recently. A book you enjoyed reading recently. Toastmaster or guest Abhinav.
A very great topic, actually. And I'm actually very thankful inside my brain when as he was speaking those sentences, right? I was actually like, yes, because I just finished this book today, back in my college, in my lunch break. Books are timeless. They will teach you everything, even if it's centuries old worth of knowledge. And yes, I do enjoy finishing them and joy of buying them and expecting them at your doorstep every single, who knows, once in a week or once in a month, depending on how crazy you are. It's a joyous experience, and I believe that everyone should read books, even if it's fiction or self-growth. As who knows, I might actually even publish one this February, as I'm working on one. The drafts are there. I might procrastinate here and there, but I'm just telling myself not to quit. So I genuinely believe that everyone should actually pursue whatever they like, but also include some learning through it by books.
Thank you, guest Abhinav. I have one more topic. Madam, what's your name?
Rekha.
Rekha. Alright. So for our second guest, I have one last topic. Guest Rekha. A discovery that you have made. I repeat, a discovery that you have made. Guest Rekha.
Some more time so that I will prepare.
The whole point of it is that you come here and you get no time to prepare.
Just 1 second.
A discovery that you have made.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Rekha here. I'm born and brought up in Bangalore. And today I'm here because of my thoughts were something I want to learn more about myself, what I can achieve in my life. So I just want to improve my communication skill. So I thought I was like searching in Google. So I came to know about Toastmaster. So today I'm discovering this.
Wonderful spin on the topic. I think we've covered everyone in the room, so I will hand the charge back to Toastmaster Raja.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chetan, for such an engaging session with your adroit ability. Now a better question. I wonder what's for snacks. Let's all take a break for the Welcome back, everyone. The last section of today's meeting, which is the general evaluation. Our today's general evaluator needs no introduction. He is the founding member of our club. You can say our Ralphie's medley of our club. And he has mentored so many people. And he has also got the award in the district as the long-standing member who has contributed to the Toastmasters community. So ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together to welcome DTM K Prabhakara as the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raja Prasad, for that very grand introduction, I would say, and that puts a lot of onus of proving myself that I've been here for a long time. Okay. Thank you very much. Madam President, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. Let's start the general evaluation session straight away with the evaluation of the speeches. First of the speech was by Toastmaster Aadishwar, evaluated by Toastmaster Shreya. Toastmaster Shreya, please.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, and a special good evening to the target speaker, Toastmaster Aadishwar. First of all, I want to start out by saying that I feel that you have achieved this project's purpose very well. The purpose of this project was for him to speak about different communication styles and the ones that he has applied in his life and feels comfortable expressing. And he did that very well. I like the aspect where he didn't just choose one, he didn't restrict himself to one style, but he was, as his speech title, he was flexible, and he recognized the different places in his life where he has used these different communication styles. So I think that was cleverly done. I also think that the title of his speech was clever, and the content was spot on for the purpose. Coming to the things that you have done well, this being one of the beginning speeches that you've given, one of the first speeches that you've given, your confidence behind the lectern was amazing. You didn't hesitate. As soon as you came here, you started speaking. I appreciate that. Your voice was loud and it reaches the entire room, right? It's not like people in the end can't hear you. So your voice was loud. I felt that your eye contact was good. Sometimes I felt like it was lingering on the middle section, but nonetheless it was still good. I also felt like the inclusion of humor throughout your speech, whether it be your dad giving a lecture or the different elements of humor that you sprinkled out, I thought that they were well placed. Now coming to the things where I feel you can improve, number one is the pacing of your speech. You took 6 minutes and 30 seconds, which is a good time, but in that time you were speaking extremely fast. And it was difficult for me to kind of comprehend what you were saying as you were speaking, because as soon as I was trying to think about one sentence you said, you had already said the next sentence. That is one thing that you can improve on majorly. One thing that helps is timing your speech and practicing at home so that you know in the first minute how much I want to finish, in the second minute how much I want to finish, right? One more thing is pauses. Giving pauses throughout your speech helps us grasp what you're saying better, whether it be the beginning and the ending of your speech. You started and you ended with a quote. You could have paused after your opening quote and before your ending quote, and that makes it give more impact to us. Before you say the punchline of a joke, that keeping that suspense, so we're thinking, oh, what is he going to, what's the joke that's coming? And one place was when you included your speech title. So you said, I realized that I was not being fake, I was being flexible. So that also helps give impact to something important that you're saying throughout your speech. One thing to challenge yourself would be to use the stage more. So you had 4 different communication styles, 4 different places on the stage that you could have used. And with that, yeah, great job achieving the purpose of this speech. Thank you, and back to our general evaluator.
Excellent evaluation. She pointed out the kind of improvement that should be done. One of the pointers that she pointed out was the high pace or rate at which he spoke. I can understand. His strength is speed perhaps, and he used it to the maximum. And he has a booming voice as well, and he used it to his advantage, talking about the positive side. And what showed up was his excellent preparation. I can see the anxiety, the speed is with respect to the anxiety. He wanted to be right, and he wanted to really push himself hard so that he finishes the job. So that anxiety will go off as you move forward. The pauses that she pointed out that you can build on, it will be there. It will happen all the time. And we are very supportive ambience here. Don't bother. You need not have to be anxious. You will do very well. So let's give a good round of applause to the speaker and the evaluator. The second speech is by Evaluator Toastmasters Sakshi. Please.
First of all, congratulations Toastmaster Deepa on completing your project purpose of today. Your adroit use of body language served the purpose of the project today. First, I would like to start with what you actually excelled in today's speech. Your smile. Before you came to the lectern, your smile, you took a pause and then you started. You started with a question which engaged, which grabbed the attention of everyone and which actually gave an idea like what you are about to speak. The title of the speech, Malaysia Missing Girl, which gave me the curiosity, what are you going to speak? So, which was a very good thing in your, the title was very good. Then the project is to evaluate you on the basis of vocal variety and your body language. Both, I would say, the topic which you chose, the speech which you chose was amazing. Why? Because there were dialogues in that. And this is the best way where you can tell about this project. You know, where you can tell about where you can actually use your vocal variety and your body language. And you actually did amazing job. You used the space very well. You told about your story, your conversations here, and then you told about you came here and told about the announcement which was going on in the airport, like ladies and gentlemen. You were clear in your communication. I didn't find any unintentional movement as such. All the movements were purposeful. Now coming to the areas where you can work on. When you came here, I found you were sticking to this lectern, which you may be nervous, but next time you can leave the lectern, stand here, and then start with the speech. Second thing, vocal variety. When you were telling about you were tired, when you were telling that about the dialogues, for example, the conversation between Anusha and you. So you can just do the voice modulation. Yeah, and what to do now? So this will just, without saying that you are tired or you are frustrated, you can show that. So that can be one of the things where you can work on. To challenge yourself, you can work on eye contact. You can start from here and that will come with time. So overall, in conclusion, a great speech, great story. Your clarity is great. Your pace, pitch, body language, the speed, it was very clearly understood, which engaged all of us in the speech. And just work a little on the voice modulation. That's it. Thank you and over to you.
That was an excellent evaluation for a speech that was remarkably done well. I would say she's a new Toastmaster and she used all the tools that was pointed out in the manual perfectly, almost perfectly. And one of the things that we should remember as far as pauses are concerned, sometimes pause can be useful, sometimes it can be considered that it's too much. So it's the way you apply it depends on the situation. And one thing that our evaluator pointed out regarding the nervousness, the point are given as a helpful tip in Toastmaster, even that's given in the pathway specification itself. That is, you have to have the opening and conclusion by heart. If you have that, then the body of the things are most probably your own and you will be able to do it with ease. So this is something that I just wanted to bring in order that everybody knows about it. It's nothing to do with the speaker's speech or her evaluation. It's something that I thought I should bring it out in order to help everybody else here. So we have 2 speeches, 2 evaluations done very well. The evaluator spoke about the clarity, and that came through, and that's what seems to be her strength. And things will improve as we spend more time behind the lectern. One of the finer points regarding the stage usage I came across was a saying by one Canadian public speaker, a well-known speaker, one by name Jordan Peterson. He says the way to move about is you move from one point to the other point as you move along. And you should remember that you are addressing, if there are 100 people, 20 people, or whatever the number, you are finally you are going to speak to one individual, right? And from that point you move to the other point. Then you either move the eye or you move the body itself, your own body to the direction you want. So the point to point you can move, that thereby using this stage. This is one of the things, finest hints that I think I have come across on stage usage. It may be helpful to everybody. I just wanted to bring this to the attention of everybody here. So now we move on to I would like to ask both the evaluator. I can understand Sakshi has done many evaluation. Toastmaster Shreya, have you received the evaluation sheet in advance and the specification of the project guidelines? Fine. What about you? You will have done the project. You want the evaluation?
She sent me before this.
Alright, I can understand. You are on the spot kind of evaluator. Both of them have done very well. To the speakers and the evaluators, let's give a thunderous round of applause. Let me now invite the TAPG role taker, timer, Toastmaster Rahul. Toastmaster Rahul, please.
Thank you. Happy evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guest. As a timer today, I would like to say you all, I was amongst the adroit speakers today, amongst each of them. Quickly giving up my report. Starting with the first session, which is a prepared speech. Toastmaster Aadishwar took 6 minutes 30 seconds. The time allotted was 5 minutes to 7 minutes. Toastmasters Deepa took 5 minutes 40 seconds. And for evaluators, the time allotted was 2 to 3 minutes. Toastmaster Shreya took 3 minutes 15 seconds. Toastmaster Sakshi took 3 minutes 25 seconds. Coming to table topic session, overall session is given 20 minutes. The time taken is 18 minutes 20 seconds. Each of the individual speakers, the time taken is written on the board. To table topic master took around 4 minutes 30 seconds. Till now, the masters of ceremony, Toastmaster Raja took 10 minutes 10 seconds. Then the meeting started at 6 minutes 25 seconds. President Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Rachana took time allotted was 2 minutes and she took 2 minutes 15 seconds. Acting President, acting how to say?
The President.
No.
Acting Secretary.
Acting Secretary. Toastmaster Shreya took time allotted was 2 minutes. You took 2 minutes 15 seconds. And President, time allotted was 6 minutes. You took 9 minutes 20 seconds. With this, back to general evaluation.
One thing that needs to be noted in Toastmaster Rahul's evaluation or time management is that he was precise and to the point. He didn't elaborate and say unnecessary things, and it was like army evaluation. Time he has valued, not only managed, but he valued others' time by not really bringing out things that are not required. Let's give him a round of applause for that. Our counter, Toastmaster Vikram. Toastmaster Vikram, please.
Toastmaster Raja Prasad, 1 and 1 pause. Vikram, 1 and 2 pauses.
And Toastmaster Aadishwar, one and one pause. Toastmaster Madhusudhan, one and guest Rekha, one and one ear.
Toastmasters, Vikram, last time also you took our counter, right? So I want to make a point. Last time also I had pointed out that if it's one or two, you should neglect. You could have declared, you have to take an executive decision where there, your role is given, you have to take a decision there. And that if it is less than 4, it's generally you should neglect it. And declare that there was no and no crutch words were used. It's a declaration kind of thing that you have to give, and it's a certification kind of. So you have to be, this is where the leadership matters. So however it looks like you are reading, but it is not. It is where the decisions are taken by you, and you have to say, these are things that it can be negligible, it's neglected, and everything went smoothly. So this is the way to look at the issue. Let's point out, and it's a kind of instruction for everybody in future as well. Let's give a round of applause for the kind of effort that we have. Then we have Grammarian, that is Toastmaster Suresh. Toastmaster Suresh, please.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As a grammarian, I present my report. It's only 3 of the Toastmasters who used the word of the day. One was Mr. Toastmaster Ajay, Toastmaster Rahul, and Toastmaster Shreya.
Sakshi was
Sakshi, Toastmaster Sakshi. I apologize. And when it comes to good usage of words, Toastmaster Rachana used the word multifaceted. Toastmaster Shreya used conflict and quote something like, communicate is about connecting. It's not okay. And Deepa, in her speech, she used a good word. Chaotic was a good word. And not so good, I hang up the phone. It could be hung up the phone. And she lost in perfume shop. Could be something like, she got lost. Life is like an airport. If life is like an airport, it could be used. And Toastmaster, good word, one of the good words, Apizal by Chetan, Toastmaster Chetan. Toastmaster Saketh used lift your guard. And Toastmaster Ajay, a quote used, negative emotions feels us more than positive. Toastmaster Vikram, nothing much. Toastmaster Shreya, comprehend is a good word. So that's it. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Suresh, for that astute and adroitly maneuvering your grammarian's role, pointing out the good usage and not so good usages. Let's give him a round of applause for his simple. Then there was a parliamentary procedure evaluator by Toastmaster DTM K Prabhakara. I advise him that he should be a little more alert that he has taken the double role. So, because initially I found him somewhat not alert enough to describe the role quickly enough. So he should be remembering that when multiple roles are taken, he should be aware that he has to be doing the job perfectly. That is one advice to the PPE DTM K Prabhakara who is me. I moved that. The TAPG role is there, one that is done. Then we have the meeting started. in spite of so much heavy rain, it started at 6:25 p.m. Because I consider it remarkably difficult situation, under difficult situations. To start with, we were only 12, and as the rain stopped, the members gathered in. So one of the guests was here ahead of time, another guest came in, and so we had the required number to hear the resounding round of applause in a sufficiently loud way. No, you don't have to. This Toastmasters are programmed to keep clapping. If you say the word applause, they will give. But I have not asked them. Okay. Sergeant at Arms started with a kind of issue like one person, a lady who became an astronomer. He asked the right kind of question. How do you do that? Then he said, how do we do it, kind of thing. So I was reminded of what Shankaracharya, one of the finest philosophers of India in the 8th century person, said that if you want the right answer, don't ask the wrong question. So we start from that. Don't ask the wrong question. Then you ask the right question, you will get the right answer. Don't ask the wrong one. You have to eliminate. You have to do your homework to ask the right question. She was almost on those lines she spoke, and then she spoke in a soft way, and the way her words, the sentences are paced, it makes you be alert to her words. And she did an excellent job. She kept the starting very, very brief and to the point. For that, let's give her a very, very good round of applause. Then President took over, and the MOM was read with certain precision and with a certain speed required to finish the job on hand, and that was done very well by Shreya. Toastmaster Shreya did a role of acting secretary. Let's give her, I think she deserves a round of applause. The president took over, and she gave a kind of very interesting story-like thing that is, it was very captivating. It almost kept everybody on the edge as to how is she going to maneuver through a tight situation, that kind of call that was solicited call that she received. And she did it, how she adroitly did it. This is the 7th time, and 2 of them I have used. And that kept me on as to how she would handle that. And she did very well as far as that right kind of question, positioning herself in a way that saying the other person was taking her for a ride, everything. But that a very simple way was pointed out by a policeman. I thought I should bring it here. And the Bangalore police once sent a WhatsApp kind of thing that was circulated all over the place. When you receive a call, he said, then reply in Kannada first. If it is from somebody who doesn't know Kannada, then you can play around with him. Okay, this is applicable to anybody. India has hundreds of languages. When you unknown call comes, first reply in your mother tongue, and the other person will be fused. This I have done it successfully. Then you get into the thing as to what he wants. If it's genuine call, fine. Just 2 days back, I got an unknown call, and I didn't want to pick it up. Then I said that it was not in the list. No, there was nothing called a red thing. Like, there's something right or wrong. I don't know. Let me pick it up. My wife said, watch. Then I said, pick it up. Said, sir, I'm from K Prabhakara. And I said, I remember what? K Prabhakara. Sir, your Namrata is there in your... Yes, that's my daughter. Okay. This is one cake we have to send, sir. I said, what for? No, her birthday. And it was correct. And I asked from where? He said, on BBK club, she's a member. And the club has sent this. Okay, send now. Okay. Now I'm still eating that. Okay. So you have to be. But all things initially in Kannada. That I fixed it and I knew what it is. And then it moved. You don't have to be scared, because sometimes right things can also happen. And the way to maneuver through is this one. This was given by policeman. So you pick up any language which is local, your own mother tongue, and respond. And that person, then he switches to where he kind of comes out saying that he is such and such a thing, such and such a place, and then he introduces. So that settles the issue. So this is one way of handling. I thought, but that's nothing to do with the kind of speech that she gave today. She was remarkably done well. For that, we always reserve resounding round of applause, and that is for the president. I ask now, Sergeant at Arms, have you really sent the ballot out? Yeah, that's a good job done in between. Please put your selections there. And table topic master. Table topic master Chetan, he was also a last minute player. And I thought, how will he manage the kind of situation that he is in? The leadership in real life situation is that it is not that you are going to be anointed and put on a pedestal. So today you are the leader. It is not. It is that in a given tight situation, that person who comes up with a solution is going to be the boss and the leader. And he is one such person who took up that role without much hesitation. Then not only that, I told him, repeat whatever you have done earlier as a Toastmaster on another table topic session you have done. He didn't do that. He came up with original one all over again. And it was very, very well done. You see the way responses, everybody has spoken beyond the required minimum 1 minute, except one person. Just it can happen. He also responded well. Another one person, a guest. It doesn't matter. But on the whole, it was very well handled, very well done. Responses was very good. Topics were profound enough for everyone to deal with that. And for that, we will give him a special round of applause. I have done my bit. Now you have to vote. Please do so. On this note, I would like to hand over the control. But last one is still there before I hand over. That is Master Ceremonies. Raja, he is a show stealer. He is somebody everybody looks up to. And he does a good job because of the gifted voice that he has. But I think I have 1 or 2 pointers, or points I would like to say, regarding his this preparation. The introduction he used to read. For a man of his stature, it is not required. So the trick is applicable to everybody. I always say that hobbies, education background, professional background. You just say, remember this, and before introducing, you have enough time to again do that. And you say, okay, this person, a BCom and a CA is in the making, and he has his graduation from Jain College of Commerce or whatever, or engineer, and then his hobbies are dancing, guitar. These are all standard stuff I'm talking. So this, and say the speech is titled such and such a missing girl from Malaysia or whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together to welcome the next speaker, Toastmaster Deepa Krishna. All right? Ready. So it's fixed. Only you have to fill up the blank. Right? So this is one thing you can do. It's a practice. And nowadays mobile tool is available, fill it up there, and job gets done. And the speech you gave was excellent. The remarks about the other ones, you put it together, there was a lot of stringing that goes with it. You did a good job, but you had the makings of a good DJ or whatever you want to call it, radio jockey or whatever. Because if you have that kind of, you have the spontaneity, but avoid with the standard way of dealing with kind of introducing speaker. So that kind of takes load off from you, and that's true for every one of us. So avoid reading, taking it from the notes. It's not needed because paper you have there and run it through your mind before the speaker is on. Next speaker, you can run it in your brain what you want to say about, and you can be coming here. So that's about this is a kind of general statement I have given, but he did what I would say a smart job of being an MC. MC word is Toastmaster in the Toastmaster parlance. He did a very, very smart job. You can be giving him the job and be sure that there will be some quality definitely in it. So with that kind of remark, I would say thank you, Raja, for that, being on time and really making it happen without creating more further and more anxiety. And that commitment is the one that deserves a real great round of applause. That I have done every other person's, all persons evaluation, and with that I hand over the control back to Toastmaster Raja.
Thank you, Deepa. Thank you, Prabhakara, for such a fantastic evaluation. I want to leave you all with the last story. One time, my dad called me, son, come here. I want to tell you a story. I said, what, Dad? There are two guys going in the dark, and one guy lost his ring. The other guy went 10 meters far, and then he was searching there. Now this guy asked him, what are you doing? He says, I'm searching the ring. He says, I lost the ring here. Why are you searching there? He says, because this is where the light is. Did that sink in? Just because wherever the light is, you can't search there. Just because it is easy to find an answer, don't settle for an answer, ask better questions. That is a beautiful story. With that, I'll give the baton back to our president.
When the meeting was just about to start, I thought such low count we have today, what we are going to do, how the meeting is going to be. But at 8:13, I stand behind the lectern. The president of the club would say that this is one of the best meetings, unplanned, wherein we had people stepping in few seconds before the meeting started. So let us give all of us a huge round of applause for making this meeting the best of the best. I would like to express my gratitude and thanks to DTM K Prabhakara, Toastmaster Chetan and Toastmaster Sakshi for stepping in just few seconds before the meeting started and changing over the road. Thank you so much. One more announcement. We start with September, and the next membership renewals are going to start for October, November, December, January, February, March. So our VPM Toastmaster Saketh is going to roll out the messages for the renewals with all the required details very soon. So please renew as soon as possible before September 30th. So the new term starts with October. And we left out one guest. So can you please introduce yourself? Tell me your name and from where did you get to know about our club? Yes.
Hello everyone, I'm Rekha, and I put up in Nagar, and so I have two grown-up children. My elder daughter, J. Lakshmi, and my younger son, Dhanush, and I do e-business. It's an online shopping, clothing business. Deepa Designer Studio, my sari business. I'm running my sari business, and that's it.
Thank you. 17 people and 14 responses. Last few seconds, please cast your vote in the ballot. Again reminding, you can only vote once. Okay.
1 minute.
Yes, so I'm just going to start off with the results. The best TAPG role taker goes to our timer Toastmaster Rahul. Thank you. The best evaluator, Toastmaster Shreya. The best table topic speaker, every time he keeps getting ribbon whenever he comes for the table topic. The best table topic speaker goes to DTM K Prabhakara. Best MTG role taker, the person who stepped into last moment and he's given an excellent table topic session. It goes to our table topic master, Toastmaster Chetan. The most awaited one, the best prepared speaker, the person who spoke about Malaysia and gave us a beautiful prepared speech, Toastmaster Deepa. Excellent meeting, one of the best to be remembered for a long time. I would request everyone to rise for the national anthem, and I hereby close the meeting number 1332.